This isn't Jackanory. A Night of Hospitality by Stevie Bond. A few days had passed since the Battle of the Bands at Canterlot High School, and it was a reversal of fortune in that moment. Sunset Shimmer, who was once not liked by many students, was beginning to be more welcomed around the school, as well as the staff who worked there. The Dazzlings, on the other hand, were dealt with a severe blow. They had the whole school at their feet, until the Rainbooms put an end to their tyranny and smashed their crystals, taking away their only source of magical powers. For 2 days now, Adagio, Aria and Sonata have been walking around the streets trying to find some source of warmth and food. But everywhere they went, they were turned away. No one wanted anything to do with them. It was getting late at night once more, and the three Simons were walking past a food store. The shop was still open for a few more minutes, and the lighting on the display window showed all sorts of cakes and other food that were on sale. The girls turned their attention to the window and began to lay their hands on the glass. They were so close, and yet so far. "Girls," Sonata spoke first, "I'm hungry." "We're all hungry, Sonata," Aria explained. "Shut up!" "Both of you shut up!" Adagio scolded. "You're not helping!" Sonata began to think of their situation a little better. "I guess it could be worse. One of us could start hallucinating that the others are food." Aria looked at her in disbelief. "Okay, you cannot be that dumb. You know that kind of stuff only happens in Her words began to drift off as she started to hallucinate and looked at Adagio's head, which it was a giant cream puff. Adagio looked at her, worried. "Why are you staring at me like that?" Suddenly, Aria pulled out a knife and fork from her sweater. "Hold on a second. Okay, I see where this is going." Aria began to grin and drool at her, and as her fork touched her hair, Adagio screamed. Adagio began to run away, fast with shameful abandon. Aria then chased after her. "Get back here, giant talking food!" Sonata was confused, but she ran after them. "Wait! I'm still hungry!" After nearly an hour of Aria's failed attempts to eat Adagio's hair, which was now out of place in some way, the girls were more tired and hungrier than ever. As much as it would finish off whatever pride they were clinging on to, they needed help, and there was only one person they thought of who might be able to tolerate them for the night. "Look, isn't that Sunset Shimmer's home?" Adagio asked, as she pointed to the light of a house that was just switched off. "Wait, how do you know Sunset lives there?" Aria asked in suspicion. Adagio looked back sheepishly. "You don't want to know." Sonata, however, was already running towards Sunset's house. They looked forward and ran after her. "No, wait!" Adagio called out, as Aria grabbed Sonata just outside Sunset's house. "Hey, let go of me, Aria!" Sonata protested. "I'm not spending another night out here!" "Oh, so what you want is more than important than destroying whatever reputation we have, stupid!" Aria replied. "You're stupid!" "Girls, please!" Adagio inverted, somewhat in a pleading manner. "Can we just get this over with now?" "So, wait, I have to knock on her door?" Sonata asked. "But why me?" "Because you're the one that Sunset would be most willing to listen to us," Adagio sighed. Sonata smiled, then knocked on the door. Aria facepalmed and sighed. The downstairs light came on, and the door opened. There was Sunset Shimmer, in her nightwear, with her cutie mark design in the center. She then saw who was knocking on the door, and her expression changed. She didn't seem pleased to see the three girls outside her home. Hi, Sunset?" Sonata greeted, nervously. "Dazzlings?" Sonata asked, surprised. It's 1 AM in the morning. What are you three doing here? And why do you look all, not showered in a while? The three of them had to admit, they hadn't been keeping themselves clean for 2 days. Adagio tried to think of an excuse. Oh, on second thought, it's nothing. We were just standing out here to, Sonata then suddenly cut her off, got onto her knees, and started crying and begging at Sunset. We're cold, we're starving, and we're trying to take a bath in the lake in the park, but Officer Armor was all like, I won't warn you girls again, quit getting naked in public! Let us in, please! Arya facepalmed harder at the dramatic scene. Ugh. Sure, kill any dignity we had left all at once. Nice work, Sonata. Sonata sniffed. I'll do my best. Sonata looked back, feeling tired and confused. You two okay? You'll have to excuse them, Adagio whimpered. They're idiots. Not the first time, Arya muttered. Can we spend the night with you, please? Sonata asked, trying to be polite. Sunset immediately began to feel suspicious. And why would I want to do that? Because, Sonata then pleaded again. Mercy! Mercy! It's 1 AM in the morning, Sonata. Come back after breakfast, and then we can talk about mercy or whatever. But Sonata kept going. Hospitality! Hospitality! Sunset began to lecture them, and with her being tired, it didn't help. Me, my friends, and the rest of the school showed you plenty of hospitality when you lot first arrived. And what do we get in return? You brainwashed the school with your magic voices, turned us against each other, and tried to feed on the conflict that resulted to regain your powers, then try to take over the world, and probably Equestria too given the chance. The three girls looked back in embarrassment and guilt, but Sunset continued. You ought to have already violated the terms of sacred hospitality, which you three still haven't to apologize for. I'll consider mercy your hospitality after you at least do that first. Thank you very much. Sonata went back to begging. I apologize! They apologize, right? You don't want to be ordinary. Yes, we apologize, really, Arya added, half-heartedly. We didn't mean to try to conquer the school, and then starting a world war after that to feed on conflict and achieve our Ow! Adagio hissed at her silently. Shush it, you idiot! Do you want to get into our house or what? Besides, we already figured out we can't do that. It would just give us a fatal overdose of power, remember? I thought we agreed that having a slowly rising conflict would let us adapt to the power intake, Arya blurted out. Sunset raised an eyebrow at them both. Not really helping your case here. Adagio felt embarrassed. Yeah, we know we kinda tried to take over the world, and turn the whole school against you, and made your friends fight and all. But aside from that, it was all just a joke. Sonata pleaded one more time. Please! I want cake! It's cold and there's wolves and raccoons out there that just want to eat us, and I'm probably delicious! Sunset blinked. We don't have wolves. But there could be! Or maybe vampires, like the ones in those books that... Okay, I'm just gonna stop you right there. It's 1:10 AM in the morning, and I don't have the energy for this. She then shakes off Sonata, who has been using her nightwear as a tissue. Come in, take off your shoes, and try not to break anything. Sonata then jumped up and wrapped her arms around Sonata tightly. Oh my Celestia, thank you, thank you, thank you! Arya and Adagio smiled for the first time as Sonata walked inside. They were about to go in as well, but Sonata stopped them. Ahem. You two haven't apologized yet. They both gulped, knowing their pride had been swallowed, and that there was no going back. I'm Sorry, Sunset, Arya said quietly. Yeah, we're really sorry, Adagio added. They both went in a huge shade of red, and Sunset looked back, grinning before stepping aside to let them in.